A new year brings fresh possibilities. It feels like a blank page, waiting for you to write a better chapter. But is it really about big, dramatic changes? Or could the power of small habits be the real secret? The way you start your year sets the tone for everything that follows. Think about this. What if simple daily habits could shape your future more than resolutions you forget by February? This idea isn't new. It's deeply connected to the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, which focuses on actions, discipline, and making steady progress every day. Instead of rushing for perfection, the Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control. In this video, you'll discover 10 practical habits to make 2025 a year of growth and transformation. These habits are not about overhauling your life overnight. They're about making small, meaningful changes that build up over time. Are you ready to find out how to make this your best year yet? Let's begin. Making big changes can feel overwhelming, but starting small is the key to achieving big results. This idea is simple. Focus on small, manageable actions that you can stick to daily. Over time, these actions grow into something much bigger. It's the compound effect at work, where small efforts, repeated consistently, create significant progress. Let's think about exercise as an example. Instead of promising yourself to work out for an hour every day, start with just 5 minutes. 5 minutes of stretching, walking, or light movement may not seem like much, but it's easier to do. Once it becomes a habit, you can increase the time. Small steps are easier to maintain, and they keep you motivated because you feel successful right away. That success pushes you to keep going. The same idea works with learning something new. If you want to read more, don't set a goal to finish a book every week. Instead, commit to reading just 1 page a day. 1 page feels manageable, even on a busy day. After a week, you've read 7 pages, and by the end of the month, you'll have read much more than you thought possible. Each small action builds on the next, creating a habit that sticks. Starting small also works for improving your finances. If saving money feels impossible, start with just $1 a day. Even the smallest savings add up over time. Once you see the results, you might feel encouraged to save more. The important part is building the habit of saving, not how much you save at first. To implement this, choose one area of your life you want to improve. Break the goal into the smallest possible steps. Then commit to doing those steps daily. Make it so easy that skipping feels harder than completing the task. Over time, you'll notice a positive shift in your habits and mindset. The power of starting small lies in its simplicity. It removes the fear of failure because the task feels achievable. With consistent effort, these small actions grow into something meaningful. This is how you build momentum and create lasting change in your life. Anxiety is something many of us face, and it can often feel overwhelming. It's a natural response to stress, but when it becomes constant, it can hold us back from reaching our full potential. The key to mastering anxiety is understanding it and taking control of what we can. First, recognize that anxiety isn't always something you can completely avoid. It's part of being human. Everyone experiences it in some way, whether it's before an important event or in the face of uncertainty. The goal isn't to get rid of anxiety, but to learn how to manage it effectively. The first step is to focus on what you can control. A lot of anxiety comes from worrying about things that are out of your hands. Instead of trying to predict every outcome, shift your focus to the things you can do right now. For example, if you're anxious about a work presentation, you can control how prepared you are, but you can't control how others will react. Accepting that difference can help ease your anxiety. One powerful technique for managing anxiety is deep breathing. When anxiety starts to rise, your body often reacts with rapid, shallow breaths. By slowing down your breathing, you send a message to your body that it's okay to relax. Try breathing in slowly for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4. Doing this for just a minute or two can help calm your mind and reduce the physical symptoms of anxiety, like a racing heart. Another technique is mindfulness. This means staying present in the moment instead of letting your thoughts spiral into worst-case scenarios. When you notice anxiety creeping in, ground yourself by focusing on what's happening right now. Pay attention to your senses, what you can see, hear, and feel. This can help shift your mind away from worries about the past or future. You can also use positive affirmations. These are simple, empowering statements you repeat to yourself, such as, "I am in control," or "I am calm and capable." Repeating these statements can help change your mindset and reduce the power anxiety holds over you. A helpful way to manage anxiety in the long term is by creating a routine that includes regular self-care. Exercise, sleep, and eating healthy foods all play a role in how your body handles stress. The more balanced your life is, the less likely anxiety will control you. In moments when you feel anxiety rising, remind yourself that it's just a feeling, not a permanent state. By controlling your breath, staying present, and focusing on what's in your hands, you can regain a sense of calm. It takes time, but mastering your anxiety is an achievable habit that will help you face challenges with greater confidence. Creating a routine that works for you can be one of the most powerful habits for success. A well-structured routine helps you stay focused, manage your time effectively, and make progress toward your goals. But it's important to remember that the key is designing a routine that suits your personal needs and energy levels, rather than following a one-size-fits-all approach. Start by thinking about what you want to achieve. What are your goals for the year? Whether you're looking to improve your fitness, learn a new skill, or be more productive at work, your routine should align with these goals. It's not just about filling your day with tasks. It's about making sure those tasks bring you closer to where you want to go. Pay attention to your energy levels throughout the day. Some people are most productive in the morning, while others work best in the afternoon or evening. If you know that you have the most energy after lunch, schedule your most important tasks during that time. Trying to push through tasks when you're feeling tired or drained can lead to frustration. Instead, work with your natural rhythm and use your peak energy times for the tasks that require the most focus and effort. Designing a routine also means incorporating balance. While it's important to work hard toward your goals, don't forget to make time for rest and relaxation. A routine that only focuses on productivity can quickly lead to burnout. Schedule breaks throughout the day and make sure to include activities that help you recharge, whether it's spending time with loved ones, reading, or enjoying a hobby. Another key aspect of a good routine is flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go as planned. Being too rigid in your routine can create stress when things don't go perfectly. Allow yourself the freedom to adjust as needed. If something urgent comes up, or if you just need a change of pace, give yourself permission to shift your routine without guilt. For example, if you're aiming to work out every morning, but one day you feel too tired, it's okay to swap the workout for a lighter activity like a walk or take a rest day. Flexibility is about being kind to yourself and adapting when necessary, without abandoning your goals completely. Creating a routine that works for you requires trial and error. It's okay to make adjustments along the way as you figure out what feels best. The goal is to make your routine something that supports your life and helps you progress toward your goals. With the right structure, balanced with the freedom to adapt, you'll find that your routine becomes a powerful tool for success. Breaking bad habits can be one of the most challenging yet rewarding steps toward personal growth. Bad habits often develop over time, and they can feel hard to break because they're tied to our daily routines and comfort zones. But identifying these harmful patterns and finding ways to replace or modify them can help you take control and move forward. The first step in breaking a bad habit is recognizing it. We all have patterns in our lives that are not serving us, whether it's procrastination, unhealthy eating, or spending too much time on social media. It's important to take a step back and honestly assess your behaviors. Once you identify the habit, ask yourself why it exists. Is it an emotional response to stress? Is it a way of coping with boredom or anxiety? Understanding the root cause can make it easier to break the cycle. Once you've identified the harmful pattern, the next step is to replace it with a positive action. Simply trying to stop the bad habit isn't always enough. Our brains crave the reward that the habit provides, so replacing it with something healthier or more productive is key. For example, if you have the habit of mindlessly snacking when stressed, replace that with a healthier option, like drinking water or going for a quick walk. If procrastination is a problem, replace it with a small, simple task to get the ball rolling, like writing one sentence or making one phone call. Replacement strategies help prevent the gap that's left when you stop a bad habit. By having a positive action to take in place of the bad habit, you're more likely to follow through and keep the momentum going. This change may take time, so be patient with yourself. Another powerful way to break bad habits is by modifying your environment. Our surroundings play a big role in shaping our habits. If you want to stop snacking on junk food, don't keep it in the house. If you're trying to reduce screen time, remove apps from your phone or use website blockers to limit your access. Creating a space that supports your goals makes it easier to avoid the temptation to slip back into old habits. Sometimes, breaking a bad habit also means surrounding yourself with people who support your growth. If your social circle encourages unhealthy behaviors, it can be harder to stay on track. Seek out relationships and environments that inspire you to be your best self, and you'll find it easier to break free from habits that hold you back. Lastly, remember that breaking a bad habit is a process. It won't happen overnight, but with consistency and patience, you can change your patterns for the better. Keep focusing on the replacement strategies, adjust your environment, and give yourself grace as you move forward. With each day, you'll take one step closer to leaving the bad habit behind for good. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But making time for what's important is one of the most powerful habits you can build. When you focus on your priorities, you create space for the things that bring joy, purpose, and fulfillment into your life. The first step in making time for what matters is identifying your priorities. What is most important to you? It might be spending time with family, advancing your career, taking care of your health, or pursuing a passion project. Whatever it is, take some time to reflect on what truly matters to you. Make a list of your top priorities and be honest with yourself about where you want to invest your time. Once you've identified your priorities, the next step is to conduct a time audit. This means looking at how you're currently spending your time. For 1 week, track everything you do: work, social media, TV, exercise, meals, and downtime. This will give you a clear picture of where your time is going. You might be surprised to see how much time you spend on activities that don't align with your values or goals. The time audit helps you see where you might be wasting time and where you could make adjustments. Now that you know where your time is going, it's time to allocate your time intentionally. With your priorities in mind, begin planning your day around what matters most. This doesn't mean you have to fill every hour with work or productive tasks, but it does mean being intentional about how you spend your time. For example, if spending time with family is a priority, Set aside specific hours in the evening to be present with them. If health is important, schedule regular exercise sessions. Even if they're short, it's also important to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. You can't say yes to everything, and that's okay. Saying no allows you to focus on what truly matters and protects your time for the things that bring you the most fulfillment. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you're also saying no to something else. Be mindful of your choices. Intentional time allocation also means protecting your time. In a busy world, it's easy to let other people's needs and demands take over your day. Set boundaries and communicate clearly about when you're available and when you need time for yourself or your priorities. For example, you might set specific work hours and avoid checking email or taking calls outside of those times. This helps you stay focused and allows you to make more time for what matters to you. As you begin to allocate time intentionally, you'll notice how much more focused and fulfilled you feel. You'll be investing your time in ways that align with your values and bring you closer to your goals. Remember, time is one of your most valuable resources. By identifying your priorities, auditing how you spend your time, and being intentional about how you allocate it, you can make time for what truly matters. Taking on challenges is one of the most powerful ways to grow. It's often easy to stay in our comfort zones, where everything feels safe and predictable. However, real growth happens when we push ourselves beyond what feels comfortable. Embracing challenges helps us build resilience, learn new skills, and become stronger individuals. The first step in taking on challenges is understanding that growth comes through discomfort. When you step into something new or unfamiliar, it might feel difficult, and that's okay. Feeling uneasy is a natural part of the process. It means you're stepping out of your comfort zone, which is where growth happens. If everything was easy, you wouldn't learn or improve. It's through facing challenges that you gain experience, knowledge, and confidence. To start taking on challenges, it's important to approach them progressively. Don't jump into something too big all at once. Instead, break it down into smaller steps that you can gradually work toward. For example, if you're nervous about public speaking, start by speaking in front of a small group of friends or colleagues. Once you're comfortable with that, gradually increase the size of your audience. By starting small and building up, you can ease into bigger challenges without feeling overwhelmed. As you take on challenges, you'll also be building resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's a key trait for long-term success. When you face a challenge and things don't go as planned, it's important to stay positive and learn from the experience. Resilience isn't about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond when things don't go your way. Every setback is an opportunity to grow and improve. By staying persistent and not giving up, you'll become more resilient over time. One of the best ways to keep taking on challenges is to set clear goals. Knowing what you're working toward gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. Break your bigger goals into smaller, manageable steps, and celebrate each milestone along the way. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Taking on challenges doesn't just help you grow, it also builds your confidence. Each time you face something difficult and overcome it, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you might have realized. Over time, you'll begin to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. As your confidence grows, so does your ability to take on even bigger challenges. Ultimately, embracing challenges is about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about recognizing that discomfort is a natural part of the growth process and choosing to face it head on. By taking on challenges progressively and building resilience, you'll unlock new levels of strength, confidence, and achievement. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on your growth. Your social environment shapes your mindset. influences your behaviors and can either push you forward or hold you back. By intentionally choosing the people you spend time with, you create an environment that nurtures your personal development and helps you achieve your goals. The first step is understanding the impact of your social environment. If you're constantly surrounded by negative influences or people who don't support your growth, it can be difficult to stay motivated or focused on your goals. On the other hand, being around positive, supportive people who encourage you and share similar values can propel you forward. Your environment, whether it's your family, friends, colleagues, or online community, has the power to shape your mindset and behaviors. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you creates a positive feedback loop that reinforces your growth. Cultivating positive relationships is key to surrounding yourself with growth. Take time to nurture relationships with people who support your personal development and share your ambitions. These are the people who inspire you to be better, who celebrate your wins, and who offer constructive feedback when needed. Positive relationships also create a sense of accountability. When you share your goals with others who believe in you, it encourages you to take action and stay committed to your path. In addition to cultivating positive relationships, it's important to set boundaries with people who may not be supportive of your growth. Sometimes, certain relationships can drain your energy, discourage your progress, or distract you from your goals. Setting clear boundaries helps protect your time, energy, and focus. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life completely, but it does mean being intentional about the time and energy you invest in them. You can choose to limit the amount of time you spend with people who don't align with your values or goals, and instead focus on relationships that add value to your life. Setting boundaries also means saying no when necessary. You don't have to agree to every request or invitation that comes your way, especially if it conflicts with your priorities. Learning to say no is an important part of protecting your energy and ensuring that you're spending your time on things that truly matter. By setting these boundaries, you're creating a space where your personal growth can thrive without unnecessary distractions. When you surround yourself with growth, you create a community of support, encouragement, and accountability. The right people can help you stay on track, overcome challenges, and celebrate your victories. Remember, the people you choose to spend time with can either help or hinder your progress. By cultivating positive relationships and setting boundaries with those who don't support your growth, you create an environment where you can thrive and achieve your fullest potential. Embracing change is essential for growth. Change is often seen as something uncomfortable or disruptive, but it can also be an opportunity for growth, learning, and transformation. The more we embrace change, the more we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences that can help us move forward in life. The first step in embracing change is seeing it as an opportunity rather than a threat. Change can bring new challenges, but it can also open doors to things we never imagined. Instead of resisting change or fearing the unknown, try to view it with curiosity and excitement. Change offers the chance to learn new skills, meet new people, and gain valuable experiences. When we shift our perspective, change becomes less intimidating and more like a stepping stone towards something better. Adaptation is key to embracing change successfully. When faced with a new situation, it's important to remain flexible and open-minded. Adaptation doesn't mean you have to completely abandon your goals or values, but it does mean adjusting your approach to fit the new circumstances. For example, if your work environment changes, find ways to adjust your routine to stay productive and focused. If your personal life goes through a transition, like a move or a shift in relationships, embrace the opportunity to adapt and learn from the experience. One strategy for adaptation is to focus on what you can control. In any change, there will always be aspects that are out of your control, but you can choose how you respond. By focusing on your actions and reactions, you can maintain a sense of stability and control, even in the face of uncertainty. Whether it's adjusting your mindset, building new habits, or learning new skills, taking proactive steps helps you navigate change with confidence. Another important part of embracing change is shifting your perspective. When change happens, it's natural to feel uneasy, but by shifting your focus to the positive aspects, you can find new opportunities in the situation. For example, if you lose a job, instead of focusing on the loss, shift your perspective to the possibility of finding something even better. If a relationship changes, think about how it may lead to new connections and personal growth. Perspective shifting helps you remain optimistic and open to what the future holds. Incorporating a mindset of embracing change into your life makes it easier to handle challenges. When you view change as part of the natural flow of life, you'll be more prepared to adapt and respond positively. This mindset makes you more resilient, as you can quickly adjust to new situations, learn from them, and continue moving forward. Ultimately, embracing change is about accepting the fact that nothing stays the same forever. Change is a natural part of life, and by learning to embrace it, you allow yourself to grow, evolve, and create new opportunities for yourself. Change isn't something to fear. It's a chance to step into new experiences and become a stronger, more adaptable person. Learning to say no is a powerful habit that helps protect your time, energy, and well-being. In a world where people constantly ask for our attention and resources, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or stretched thin. But saying no is essential for setting boundaries, protecting your priorities, and maintaining balance in your life. The first step in learning to say no is understanding the importance of boundary setting. Boundaries are the limits you set to protect yourself from overcommitting or being drained by others' demands. Setting boundaries helps you create space for what truly matters in your life. When you say yes to everything, you risk neglecting your own needs, goals, and well-being. By saying no when necessary, you're making sure that your time and energy are aligned with your priorities. Priority protection is another key reason to learn to say no. Your time and energy are limited, and each yes you give to something or someone means you are saying no to something else. If you say yes to every request or invitation, you might end up saying no to your own personal growth, rest, or goals. Saying no helps you protect what matters most. Whether it's time for self-care, working toward a goal, or spending time with loved ones, saying no ensures that you're staying focused on your priorities. Effective declining is a skill that can be developed with practice. Saying no doesn't have to be rude or confrontational. It can be done in a polite, clear, and respectful way. For example, if someone asks you to take on a task that you don't have the time or energy for, you can say, "I appreciate the offer, but I can't commit to this right now." It's important to be firm in your decision while still being respectful of the other person's needs. When you decline effectively, you maintain your boundaries without feeling guilty or causing conflict. Another important part of saying no is learning to manage guilt. Often, people feel guilty when they say no, especially if they don't want to disappoint others. However, it's important to remember that you can't be everything to everyone. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about honoring your own needs and respecting your time. The more you practice saying no, the easier it becomes to do it without feeling bad. It's okay to say no when it's necessary for your own well-being. Learning to say no is also about protecting your energy. Not every request or obligation deserves your time or attention. When you say no to things that drain you or don't align with your goals, you create space for activities that nourish you and bring you closer to your purpose. It's a way to make sure your time is spent on things that truly matter to you. Ultimately, saying no is an act of self-respect. By setting clear boundaries and protecting your priorities, you are taking control of your life and ensuring that your time and energy are spent on what truly adds value to your life. Learning to say no may take some practice, but it's an essential habit for maintaining balance, protecting your well-being, and staying focused on your goals. Building resilience is essential for facing life's challenges and bouncing back stronger after setbacks. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's not always easy to stay positive when things don't go as planned. However, developing resilience allows you to recover from difficulties, learn from them, and continue moving forward with strength and confidence. The first step in building resilience is understanding that setbacks are a natural part of life. No one is immune to challenges, disappointments, or failures. It's how we respond to these setbacks that determines our level of resilience. Instead of viewing setbacks as permanent roadblocks, try to see them as opportunities for growth. Each challenge teaches you something new, whether it's about yourself, the situation, or how you handle adversity. By shifting your mindset and accepting that setbacks are part of the journey, you can better prepare yourself to face future challenges with a resilient attitude. Learning from setbacks is another important aspect of resilience. When things don't go as planned, take time to reflect on what happened. Ask yourself what you can learn from the situation and how you can use that knowledge to improve in the future. This doesn't mean blaming yourself or focusing on mistakes, but rather looking for the lessons within the experience. Whether it's understanding where things went wrong, recognizing areas for improvement, or identifying new approaches, learning from setbacks helps you grow stronger and more prepared for future challenges. Recovery strategies are key to bouncing back stronger after a setback. Resilience isn't about avoiding difficulties. It's about how you recover and move forward. One of the best recovery strategies is self-compassion. When things don't go well, it's easy to be hard on yourself, but practicing kindness and understanding toward yourself is crucial. Recognize that it's okay to feel disappointed or frustrated, but also remind yourself that you're capable of moving forward. Self-compassion helps you heal emotionally and gives you the strength to keep going. Another effective strategy for recovery is taking small, actionable steps toward improvement. After a setback, break down the next steps into manageable tasks. Focusing on small wins helps rebuild confidence and momentum, whether it's making a small change in your approach, trying a new strategy, or simply taking the next step. These small actions add up over time and lead to bigger progress. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward recovery and growth. Support from others is also important in building resilience. Having a network of supportive friends, family, or mentors can help you stay motivated and encouraged during tough times. Talking through challenges with someone you trust can provide fresh perspectives and emotional support. Resilience is not something you have to build on your own. Leaning on others when needed can make the journey easier and more manageable. Ultimately, bouncing back stronger is about maintaining a positive mindset, learning from challenges, and taking action to move forward. Resilience is a skill that can be developed with time and practice. By learning from setbacks, practicing self-compassion, taking small steps toward recovery, and seeking support, you build the strength needed to face life's challenges with confidence. Each setback is not the end. It's an opportunity to grow and become even stronger than before. As we step into 2025, integrating these 10 habits into your daily life can create powerful shifts. Each habit, whether it's starting small, mastering your anxiety, designing a purposeful routine, or bouncing back stronger, builds a foundation for a more resilient, focused, and intentional year ahead. By making consistent efforts, you'll see how these small actions compound over time, leading to bigger changes and greater success in all areas of your life. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and being willing to make small changes each day. Embrace the power of these habits, and you'll find yourself growing stronger, more confident, and aligned with your true goals. Start today. Take that first step, and let this year be the one where you unlock your potential and achieve your dreams. If you're excited to see how these habits will transform your life in 2025, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and inspiration to help you stay on track throughout the year. You've got this. Let's make 2025 the best year yet.